the way we look at a college is or the first years who get in there, right? Now they kind of know nothing about what's going to happen. They just know that I'm here in this college to get my BTech certificate. And for them, the first few months is all about exploring things. It's all about the meet and greet. So each and every module that we introduce, right from the first year through to the final year. Now the first year students, there's so much that we can do to them. But the way we look at it, the first vertical is academics. Right? Now why do students get into an engineering college? To become an engineer. To be a certified, qualified engineer. The technical side has to be trained inside out. Right? So what usually happens is they outsource it to others. Right? And that's where we come into action. So if I'm always doing everything on my smartphone, I can't do that and switch from smartphone to a desktop or a laptop once I get a job after my fourth year. Somebody has to do something right from the first year, right? So when this module completes that basics in computers, introduces HTML, then closes it on CSS, the student mind is like absolutely user-friendly on a desktop or a laptop. Or at least the labs for that matter, right? And then we parallelly run another program on soft skills or the personality. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just put it in 4 different verticals and put everything into it. The first vertical is academics. The second one is the technical side of it. So if we don't upskill them on that in the technical training, then what are we doing actually? So academics, vertical 1, technical training, vertical 2. Now vertical 3 is trained ideally right from the first year. First year we do the introduction part of it, and then we get into the advanced and proficient course. And if I'm like this in the first year, how will I be when I go to the final year? And how important this training and non-technical is, train them on aptitude, quantitative reasoning and verbal ability. That is it. Now when we train them on these 3 things are actually put in their written test. I think that's the first round that usually these companies, or any company for that matter, can be a government job or a public sector or a private or a multinational company. The very first thing, once your resume is shortlisted, you are sent for the written test. And no matter how great speaker you are, what great personality you have, but if you fail in the written test, you'll have to reapply. So academics, technical, non-technical. Now the 4th vertical is the most interesting one. That actually adds life and value and interest to the other 3. That's called the life skills and personality development. Coming out of their inhibitions and facing, as long as students are trained to be great public speakers and storytellers, I think it's really tough for them to be more expressive. Because I think the game is very simple. It is not what you say, it is how you say what you say matters. The life skills and personality development is a very strong module that we have. We are proud of ourselves in Wilfluence Academies. At times when we've got certain colleges who say that we don't want nothing from the soft skills. We just want it from the technical. We just want it from the non-technical. And I have to educate how important is their personality. I'll say, what is the use of the technical knowledge if students are not able to express that knowledge? What is the use? It's only on that paper. Who is going to be as their mouthpiece and talk? Then it will make them think and understand, and then they'll say, I think that's making sense. So can we have less of that and more of? We go by whatever they say, but when we make it creative, interesting, things alter for the betterment of students. Okay, the number of hours given to us changes. So you can't demand everything, but you go by the flow. You're getting a 30 hours for life skills and personality, you just take it. Make those 30 hours so powerful that your students have to actually tell, ma'am, sir, this is the kind of training, which is actually going to make us strong or better speakers in interviews. We can be more expressive for that matter in the interviews. So that we get that feedback. And then we get calls saying that, I think we have to have 60 hours of this, or we have at least 50 hours of that, and then, engage the students more on their personality, have a competition, workshops, where there's some debate or discussion or storytelling on certain technical topics. It's great fun because the kind of research your students do is phenomenal. Give them a chance. So, academics, technical vertical, non-technical, life skills and personality development. Now, as they're getting into the third and fourth year, we convert this entire life skills and personality and send it towards the interview prep. Right? So we don't know if that company has just a minute. We don't know if that just a minute is going to be face to face or it's going to be over the phone. So we train them on both. Right? So we have no idea if the company that they are going to go, is going to send them through group discussions. So we might as well train them and give them constructive feedback, and then also send them through technical HR mock interviews and also the personal PI interview. And so that when they are in the final year, they are absolutely cool about everything.
Certainly, sir.
And they have nothing to kind of think about or hold back. You know how to drive the car. And you put it in the gear, or if it's an automatic, you put it in the drive mode, and you are accelerating, and you see that the vehicle is not moving forward, and you are paranoid, you are tensed, you are just questioning yourself, doubting yourself that I know how to drive. I put that in drive mode, or I put that in my first gear, and I know how to control the steering. The point is, what if you're holding the handbrake? There's so many things we hold on to in life. We don't release. And when students release certain fears, release those inhibitions, and you see the takeoff, man. You see that energy level. You see the change in them. And as I know, our trainers, they come back to us and say, there were a few students in the first session, they were somewhere at the back, and they are coming forward. And they are now participating, and they tell us, ma'am, sir, tell us where we've gone wrong and give us the feedback, and we want to be better speakers, we want to be even more confident. So I think that feedback is something which is very important for us. Right? So the kind of support we get from the regular faculty. Our trainers are more engaging, so they put the theory, they make sure that they learn, they make sure that they get the answer. They know how to write the answer, they'll get see, when you're training people on the practical side of it, you don't have to worry on the theory part of it.
Exactly.
Because when they just put the pen on the answer sheet, it'll start flowing, and that's how it's going to go. Because everybody's minds are different, right? So I think we're so happy actually to be doing what we are doing, because we're not just doing the technical training, non-technical training, or training them on life skills and personality, and then the interview prep skills. We're so very happy to be a part of their academic enhancers also. That's something that is making our Vinfluence Academy a different academy. All right, we just don't go to a campus, train, and leave that campus. Okay, we mold them, we work alongside them, we partner with the students, and we do the hand holding and start building them up. I think that kind of a support, that kind of motivation, that kind of knowledgeable mentors, I think the students should get, right? And then make them just not a certified or a qualified engineer, but an engineer who can show the glimpses of a technocrat. I think if that is shown in the interviews, pay package is nothing. So that's about it.
And if this is how students are going to be trained right from their first year through to the final year, I am sure that Vinfluence Academy, which is a unit of Influence Welfare Foundation, will certainly build national heritage and in some way contribute a lot in improving students' employability skills. And this together will be a major contributor in our Indian economy as well.
Wow. I don't know, I'm little kind of spellbound in your analogy, in the way you've kind of put this entire thing towards nation building. Because I think of course you are right, because today's student is tomorrow's leader.
Yes.
I think that's how it is. All I can say is, if Vinfluence Academy, which is a part of the NGO, if we are able to do our bit, contribute a bit on that. Okay, starting from one city, from one state, then another city, another state, or multiple cities in the same state. Because I think we'll have to get that kind of manpower and quality people to do that, deliver the goods. I'm sure we are motivated on that.
We'll certainly do, sir. I'm very much confident on the way you have designed the modules. And it's really nice talking to you, sir. Looking forward for the growth of Influence Welfare Foundation. And hopefully we'll meet again for the success.
You take care.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
sir. Bye.